Hello all, I'm Mithun and welcome back to a new video. In this video, we are going to talk about something very foundational. Okay, so it's not restricted to any technology stack. Okay, it's something I think every developer, irrespective of the technologies they work or the products they build, everyone should be knowing this or having this question. Okay, and especially if you are a beginner who is just starting to learn programming, I think this should be the first question you should be asking. Okay. Again, if there are any people who are from non-tech or transitioning with the career to non-technical to technical, I think this question would be very important for you guys also. So, because it's very much foundational. Okay. So, again, this is not something new. It's something we all know, but we don't realize. This would be my first chapter in any of my talks or course lectures. So this is where I start my whole uh, introduction to software development for my students. So I thought of let's put it on YouTube as well. So if someone is interested, they can just have a look at it. Okay. In this video, we are going to talk about computers. Okay. Again, you might be like, Mithun, what is this? This is a topic of a kid. It's very much simple. Let me tell you, simplicity is the key, and every great developer is not someone who thinks overcomplicated. I have observed this. I have interacted with multiple developers, and they are the people who just think at a very simplified level. Because when you think at a simplified level, you ask the right questions because there is no distraction with the overcomplicated terminologies or diversions in the discussions. Okay, so here I am not going to tell you or teach you about computers. I'm going to just ask you one question: why computers were created? Why computers were created? That's it. Only one question we are going to answer. Again, here it's not a history lecture. I don't give you the timeline that this was created, then this was created, then no, that's not the agenda. I'm going to explain you the mindset. What was the mindset of the researchers in building computers? Okay, again, this is something which I have crunched down into very uh, basic level. Again, we are going to learn this by doing an exercise. Okay, it's not like I just give out random things and you just listen out. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so our intention is clear. The agenda of this video is that at the end you should know why computers were created. Okay, and of course, by understanding that you will know why computers are so much powerful, what makes them so much powerful. Okay, so that's the whole ideology. Let me ask you some of the yes or no questions. Okay, again, this is to increase the engagement. You guys should interact with me. Okay, maybe I might not hear you, but feel free to interact. That's where we learn. Okay, so first question I would be asking you is, can you count numbers from 0 to 10? Okay, 0 to 10. Um, most of them will give an answer yes. Great. Next, I will ask you, can you count number from 0 to 100? I think this is also will be an S from your side. But let me tell you, if I ask you a question, can you count from 0 to like 1,000, 10,000, and a lakh? Here the problem comes. Here we will play a bit diplomatic and we will tell, hey Mithun, I can count. I can count from 0 to 1 lakh. But there will be some problems. We will face some problems. What are those problems? First problem is that it takes time. Okay, again, it is very much important that it's not something which is not possible. It's possible. I can do it and I know I will do it, but it takes time. Great. This is one of the problem. Next thing is that I might fumble. Like when I'm telling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, instead of 11, I'm at 12. Okay, it's not that I'm doing it purposefully. In the long course of time, I fumble, do mistakes, or do error, do mistakes. Okay, great. So these are the two problems. Nice. Next, if I tell you, you told me that you can count from 0 to 100 without any issues. You will be like, yes, I told you 0 to 100 without any issues. I can do it in a short amount of time. The chances of fumbling is very much less. Okay. What if I tell you to count from 0 to 100 times? You might be like, hey, Mithun, again, it's the same thing. It takes time. I might fumble or do mistakes. And if you're brutally honest, you would say that it's boring. I know to do it, I can do it, but it's boring. Yeah, I agree with that. Boring is a really good answer. Okay. It's of course boring. It's of course boring for me as well. So, this is where we introduced computers. We introduced computers because they can do tasks faster. They they reduce errors if instructed properly. If instructed properly. This is very much important. If instructed properly, they will do minimal errors. It's boring, they don't complain. No complaints. This is the whole ideology, guys. Okay, let me tell you, I'm going to make another statement here. Computers are dumb machines. Okay, at least in today's scenario, they cannot do things on their own. What they need is the instructions. These dumb machines, if instructed properly, will become a superpower. Okay, again, you should think as computers as our assistants. I want to do a counting task. It takes more time for me. I outsource it to the computer. I might fumble or do mistakes, so I instruct properly and outsource it. Counting task is boring for me, so that I outsource it because computers cannot complain. So this is the ideology you should have in your brain, that computers are not anything super. They are dumb machines. Only because I want to computers to do something, they become superpowers. So that is something you should always realize, that computers by default they are dumb. At least in today's scenario, I don't know how the future is there. It's very much exciting. The future is very much exciting, but at least in today's scenario, if you are not instructing them properly, they are dumb machines. Great. Now this is why computers were created. Computers were created to be man's assistant, to outsource, to take the task which humans feel that they can do but has some disadvantages. So they are outsourcing it to machines. Now comes the next question. The next question is, what makes computers so powerful? Again, of course, if someone asks you the question, the straight away answer is the instructions we give. The instructions we give. And because of these instructions itself, programming language, software development, everything came into picture. Okay, what's a website? You're instructing a computer to do something. What's an app? You're instructing a computing device to do it. Okay, so that's where the instructions is where we come into picture as a developers. But how do computers understand these instructions? What are those superpowers which makes computer a superpower? See, first thing, let's take this itself. Why we use computers? Because they are fast, they are less error, uh, less error because of instructions, and finally they do repetitive task. Now, what makes them this? What gives them this superpower? First thing, what makes a computer fast is its computing power, processing power, whatever you can tell it. Next, they are less prone to instructions. And where are these instructions? How do they capture these instructions and read these instructions? Because of memory. And how can they handle repetitions? Because of computer power. So you should know that the two superpowers which makes a dumb machine a superpower are compute and memory. These are like your currency. You should be very much careful in using them. Okay, again, if you talk about DSA, okay, I don't know how many of you have heard about DSA. DSA is data structures algorithms, where it's a famous problem solving thing where people, companies use to shortlist candidates and people evaluate themselves. There, the parameters are two things. One is the time complexity, next is the space complexity. Time complexity says that how fast is the execution, means how better are you using the compute power. Space complexity is how better you are using the memory. Be it any technological aspect, these are the only currencies you have in computers. Again, electricity, everything will be there, but for the developer's perspective, whenever you are giving instructions, let me tell you what makes a good developer great is a good developer just gives instructions and get the task done, but a great developer gives instructions where he uses the compute power more efficiently and memory more efficiently. That's it. This is what you should understand before starting programming, that writing instructions is not a big thing. Let me tell you a famous quote. Okay, uh, so any fool can write a code. Okay, any fool can write code. Okay, so writing code is not a big deal at all. It's just the instructions. It's just the way you talk to computers. But how efficiently? How can you increase the performance? Whenever I tell performance, it's how better are you using the compute power and how better are you using memory. Okay, so this is very much important. Okay, so this is what separates a junior level developer with a senior level developer. Junior level developer focus on only the instructions. They want to get the task done, but a senior level engineer or a developer always focus on how can he make the compute power more efficient, how can he make the memory more efficient. So this is what you should know, and this is what I teach my students in their very first day of their software development journey. First, they should know why they are writing code. It's not something random, right? We are doing. It's a very purposeful thing. Humans are having some issues doing some task. I'm outsourcing it. You should know why you are outsourcing it, to get it done fast and to make less mistakes. What gives this computer, what makes computer do this task? The two superpowers, compute and memory. Go in any field of technology, these two are the only currency you have, and you as a developer should use it more efficiently. So that's it for today's video. I hope you had great fun watching this, understanding this. This is something we all knew. Okay, it's not something new I am teaching. It's just I'm making you realize what we actually do in the world of software. And always remember, simplicity is the key. Telling this, let's wind up this video, and I will catch you up in the next video. Till then, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, give it a thumbs up so that I get motivation to do more videos, and comment down something which, if you are facing any issues, comment, put me in the comments so that I would make videos on them so I could exchange thoughts here. Okay, so that's it. I will catch you up in the next video. Thank you.